Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bold analysis. And I want us to head straight to the county of Mombasa. Something is happening there, very interesting. But before we delve deep on that, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for those who follow and support us from different parts of the country. Asanteni sana. May God bless you. Now, Mombasa County was plagued last year by a curse of delays. A curse of delays because it was amongst the two counties, that was Mombasa and Kakamega, that election for the governor's seat was postponed on the election day because of ballot printing hiccups. And they had to do election after some time. I think that was on 23rd, 23rd or 29th, if I'm not wrong. So there was a bit of late, but finally Abdul Nasir, the ODM candidate, was sworn in. He was the governor. According to the constitution, the governor is supposed to appoint, or rather select, his county executive committee members 21 days after being sworn in. That, to date, Mombasa County is one county that have not named their cabinet. Have not named their cabinet. And there is a lobby group that is now piling pressure on the governor to name his cabinet on what is going on. What is puzzling more is the fact that amongst ODM governors, Abdulswamad Nasir is one that has been so cozy with the president. The president even spent the new year there. And even Raila Odinga had to go when he went to Mombasa immediately after New Year. He defended the governor, saying, of course, that not all governors, there should be no problem with Azimio governors meeting with the president or attending President Ruto's events. So this is a place, or this is one of the counties that the giant projects like Dongo Kunti is going on there. And the governor is yet to name his cabinet. People are asking, what is going on? Today, social media was awash by a report I've not yet confirmed, and I don't think it's there, that Hassan Joho, who was the governor, had deleted the photos of Abdulswamad Nasir in his Instagram page in what is seen as a fallout. Of course, the once vibrant coastal kingpin and vibrant politician, Hassan Joho, was coming from that place. And after the election, the last time he was seen in public is when he was handing over to the new governor. Since then, his absence in Mombasa, national politics, and ODM party have been very loud. And people have said that, of course, he's taking a backseat on matters politics. Himself has said that there is life after politics. And I know we later realized, or rather reported to you, that Joho has been out of the country. In fact, the latest again he was seen, he was with the Ayala member of parliament, who was also supposed to vie for governor but stepped down for the ODM candidate, Suleiman Chemal. So Joho's absence is there. He's not been in the county for some time. The county is yet to name their cabinet. But again, he is one of the most busiest governors. Even today, he was meeting Moses Kuria. And the SEC, or rather the county executive, is the topmost decision-making organ of the county. And it cannot operate successfully without it. So what is going on? Political observers have narrowed it down to one thing. Could there be an underhand Cold War between Hassan Joho and William Ruto by high-handedness in the area, in the county? Interests playing in the county. Of course, in the last election, Joho campaigned for the Abdul Swamad, was an ODM candidate, and Joho was in Azimio and also in his also capacity as the deputy party leader of ODM party. And apart from that, there are also reports that he might have bankrolled the candidate. And there is nothing wrong with that. As a candidate as a governor without going, you also have interests. Sometime back, I think there were stories that were published of ghost workers in different counties, and Mombasa was named as one of them. So there have been audit queries in Mombasa by then. And this opens up a question on what exactly is going on. But before I look into that, maybe that call that political observers are saying, I want to say that Joho took a backseat. According to me, here is, remember the port issue. There was the 30-year port deal, I think, contract that was business that is associated with his family. And it was at the brink of collapsing, or rather it was at the brink, they were at the brink of losing it. But I think through their own way, they maneuvered their way through the Sudanese team, and that contract is still in. So apart from politics, he also has business interests. Remember, this is a man that was a very strong critic of William Ruto, alongside Junet Mohammed. So it is not, his absence is as obvious as you may think, that maybe it's about politics. Just taking a retreat and within no time will be back. So what's happening in Mombasa that governor has not named Isaac? I just want to advance the theories. There could be political intrigues of UDA party interests in Mombasa. I know that ODM scooped governor in the Senate, and I think women rep, but members of parliament, UDA has a few, including Mohamed Chopevu, who all of them have shown interest, or rather support, but they also have interest in that seat. President Ruto is also been on the spree of trying to capture ODM counties. And even after making inroads in the coast, he will still want to make more. Remember, let me tell you guys, I know people have given William Ruto like second term, like he's going to get it. But remember the gap between Raila and Ruto, or let me tell you, between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, according to what was announced, is 200,000 votes, and it could also be disputed. It's also disputed results. Many have argued that that gap could be between 30 to 20,000. But I'm saying that gap could be very less, or less than even what it is, less than 100,000. So that's why president is not sitting pretty comfortable. And with the presidential tools, power, he can get and do everything and anything whenever he wants. So that's the edge, the advantage he gets against the other Azimio wing, which according to me, I think is silently dying. And it is fine. I have been saying this, that it needs to die. When Edwin Sifuna speaks, he speaks as ODM chair. There are few people who are speaking on behalf of Azimio, and I am glad it's taking that route. It needs to die so that people can come out with new formations and consolidate, or rather start regrouping. So this UDA party interests are there. I am making this bit of theory because look at what's happening in counties, UDA counties. That is Kiambu and Kericho. There have been a bit of squabbles. And even if you look at Meru, There is a problem that there are some names that were to be named. She was given and she did not do that. The same to Nakuru. So there could be UDA wants to take over and get inroads there, and their interest can also be conflicting with the UDA ODM party interests in that place. Number two, the development trap basket. The trap basket, there is a basket of development that president carries when he's going somewhere. I'll one day open that trap for you. The trap of development promises. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. And because you want development for your people, you've been told maybe I'll give you this, we do this, but also in return you do this and this. So for that, or for you to achieve this, you need to put this person here, that person there, that person there. That could also be playing, and that trap is what could be delaying, or rather naming of that, because different interests are now playing. And a governor could be under siege. It's easy. But I think Ahmed Nassim needs to be very careful. Just like what I said against about Sakaja here in Nairobi. You cannot trust UDA leader, William Ruto, with you, because in the right time, because he has realized that Joho might be taking a low profile, he can push you further, you get a name, you do development, but it's on UDA. Then at the right time, they tell you now you need to cross over to UDA. When you cross over to UDA, you find people who are waiting for you to conduct nominations. And with that, despite the fact that you have incumbency, you even lose that UDA ticket. You have no place to hide. So these governors who are working with Ruto needs to be very careful. You don't need to cross the line. This is even happening in Kakamega, where there are discussions of that governor, attempts to drag him to UDA. You make that, you can't come to UDA in 2027, even if you have that money, and tell me that there are people who are there like Malalas and Khalwale, like in Mombasa you have the Jijopevos, and you will be given the UDA ticket. I'm telling you. Ruto will choose these people against you, and the easiest thing is to throw you to a to some public suffrage, to universal suffrage. Nominations, a mini nomination, micromanaged, and you're pushed out. Lastly, I see political intrigues of Joho influence, and that is a bit playing out. Joho could be falling out with William Ruto on this, because these interests are playing out. As someone who was a city boss, I don't think he doesn't have those interests. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We are waiting. They said they were going to give the names probably this week. So when it comes out, we shall also look at that.